come to sit down first of all today. So if you've got a blanket or a cushion to sit on, just to lift the hips up just a little bit higher. And you can just come to a cross-legged position, or you can have one foot in front of the other. What is quite nice with these meditation cushions is that your hips are quite lifted, that you can allow the knees to drop down. So you have that, just that natural lift through the spine, instead of feeling like you've got to use all those back muscles. It's actually an easier place to sit. And we're just going to settle in here. Then we're going to go through a breathing practice before we come into some asana, some poses. So from here, just close your eyes, relax through your face, through your shoulders, and just take a moment to settle in. Notice how you're feeling. Drawing in on all those senses, so the sounds you can hear, the smells, the temperature of the air on your skin, maybe the texture of your clothes. So just really tune into this moment that you have been given now. And each moment is different, so if you feel like you need to change your leg position, if you're not comfortable, just do whatever you can to be comfortable. And again, if seated on the floor isn't comfortable and you're close to a chair, you can always do this breathing practice in a chair. So just settle in for a moment. And while you're taking a few breaths here, I'll just explain the breathing practice. So it's called nadi shodana, which is alternate nostril breathing. And we've done this before if you've attended classes. It's a really lovely breathing practice. It's great for balancing out hormones, really good for the circulative system or the circulatory system. Just getting that circulation around the body, the cardiovascular system. It's one of those sort of immune boosters, but above all, for the nervous system, it just allows you to de-stress, to focus. You're really concentrating on the breath on the left and right side of the body. So there is that really nice balance through the body. So we're going to work with that in a moment. And if at all any of it feels restricted, it feels too much, so when you're learning a breathing practice, sometimes it can have a little bit of an anxious feeling, and if that happens, just drop that practice and just go into your normal breathing pattern and then maybe come back in. So we're going to use your most dominant hand, and for me, I quite like to use my index finger and my middle finger just to rest in the space where the third eye chakra would be. So sort of the space in between the eyebrows, maybe slightly above. I'm going to come forward just a little bit whilst we do this, so I'm a little bit closer and got a better view. So from here, the index finger and the middle finger, you can just place it in the centre, okay, in between the brows. You can use your right thumb or left thumb, whichever. So you use your thumb to close off. For me, it will be my right nostril, and then I use my ring finger to close off the left nostril. If you can bring the little finger and ring finger together, then that's a nice way of just keeping everything together here. If it's too much having the fingers on the forehead, you can drop them down into your palm and just be here. So don't feel like you have to have the fingers here. Sometimes that can feel too sort of claustrophobic around the face, so feel free. You can come here and just work in this position. Okay. So choosing which hand, I'm using my right. Take a breath. Sitting up nice and tall, exhale fully. Bringing your hand up towards your face, getting ready in a position, taking another breath here. Closing off the right nostril with the right thumb. Inhale through the left nostril. Hold, switch, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close, switch, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Hold, switch, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close, switch, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Close, switch, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Hold, switch, exhale through the left. Keep this going, relax through the shoulders. Inhale through the left. Switch, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Switch, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Switch, exhale through the right. Two more. Inhale through the right. Switch, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Switch, exhale through the right. Release the hands. Keep your eyes closed. Take some breaths in and out through your nose. Relaxing through your shoulders. Relaxing through your face. And just notice how you feel. So first of all, holding this arm here, you might be feeling that in your shoulder, okay, in that arm. Just notice how you feel in your body. Notice that sense of calm. It can take a while to get to grips with it, so don't feel that if at first you couldn't quite get into a flow, that it won't come. It's a really nice one to practice either in the morning or before you go to bed. It can have that energy feel about it to just balance out the day, but it also can have that real nice calming feel before you go to bed. Okay, from here I've moved my cushion out of the way, but feel free to keep a little bit of height there if you want to. Inhale, roll those shoulders back. Take a full breath. Exhale, right hand over towards the left knee, left hand behind you, seated twist. Roll the shoulders back. Full breath here. Take a couple of breaths. Creating that length with the inhale. Grounding, twisting with that exhale. Keeping the right hand where it is on that left knee. Inhale, take the left arm up and over, and just reaching over towards the right side of the mat. We have this cross with the body. You can get some movement in your neck here. Lengthening through. Inhale. Exhale, left hand comes to right knee, rolling through the head, dropping chin towards the chest. And then inhale, open up through the arms, reaching up. Exhale, left hand comes round to the left knee now, right arm comes behind, just repeating on this side. So settle in, find that breath, get any movement here that you feel you need, so you can take some movement in the neck. That length through the spine. Exhaling. A little bit more of a twist. From here, on your next inhale, left hand stays where it is. Reach out to the right with that right hand, and then take it all the way up and over. Left hand is planted, just reaching again, get some movement in that neck. Anything you need. Full breath, you're breathing into this right side of the body. Inhale. On your next exhale, right hand comes down to left knee, chin rolls around, tucking that chin in, take a breath. Navel draws back, just starting to round through the back. Think cat pose here. And then inhale, open up through your chest. Exhale, right hand comes down to the floor. Maybe even the right forearm comes down. Reach up with that left arm. So you're really starting to take that stretch into that left hip, into the psoas muscle situated here across the hip, into the front of the body. Inhale, coming all the way up and just going to the other side. Maybe the forearm comes down as well, trying to keep those hips rooted, stretching from the hip all the way up, the whole length of the right side of the body. Take a full breath here, soft, easy neck. And then we're just going to flow from one side to the other. So just switch over, exhale, inhale up to the other side. Exhale here, inhale up. So just a couple more, just take that stretch, take the flow. One more to each side. And then come back up to center. Really reach with those hands. Exhale, palms come to touch, hands come down to your heart. From here, just bringing the feet out in front of you, keeping the knees bent. I'll move to the side now. So keeping your knees bent, heels on the floor. We're just going to fold over the legs, but take it in a nice restorative way first of all. So from here, anchor down through those heels, navel draws in, take those arms all the way up, past the ears, up towards the head. Inhale, exhale, fold. So bend your knees as much as you need to hopefully you're able to reach your feet or your shins. If not, you can bend your feet a little bit more. Just rest your hands wherever, dropping the head down into this forward fold. Take a breath. Inhale, rolling up, stretching out one leg, stretching out the other. Take the arms all the way up now. Exhale, folding forwards and just come as far as you can. So just reaching with those hands wherever you can place them on the legs. And then using that exhale just to fold a little bit deeper. So imagine tummy towards thighs, chest towards the knees. They don't have to touch, it's just that intention. Take one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, coming back up. Bending the left leg, keeping the right leg where it is. Holding on to your left foot with your right hand. Reaching that left foot forward. So you're trying to push into this right hand. You could stay here, okay, just holding on. Maybe you link hold of the big toe. It's entirely up to you. Opening through here, maybe that left arm comes back. So we've done this before. Navel draws back. Try and sit up nice and tall through the spine. You can have this knee bent. Maybe you're here. Full breath. Inhale, coming back. Hold on to this left foot now with the left hand and just see if you can straighten it out in front of you. So full breath. You can have the knee bent here as well. And then maybe you take a twist to the other side. Full breath. Navel draws in, building strength through the front of the body, but also tapping into these back muscles. You can be active through that lower leg. Exhale, release, hug that knee in, and then send that left foot away from you. Right knee, comes in. And then again, left hand onto the right foot. And just start to get your foundation here. So sit up nice and tall first. If you can't hold on to the foot, you might have the leg, you might have the calf here. So just decide what works. You can use a strap, so you could use a strap in this position. Full breath. Inhale, maybe push into that hand, and then maybe you can take the right hand behind you. So we're trying to sit up nice and tall. You can have this knee bent if you need to. Full breath. Exhale, come back through center. Bend that knee. Right hand now comes to the outside of the right foot, so same side. Inhale, just reaching out in front. Full breath. Maybe the knees bent. Find your expression of this pose, and then again, maybe you start to open this out towards the left side. Again, find the breath. Your hand could just be at your heart here. Don't feel like you have to take it all the way. Exhale, coming back through. Bring both knees in. Hold on to the outside of each foot. You'll have to lean back slightly. Just seeing if you can hold on to the feet. If this isn't available, hold on to the shins, the calves, and just practice here. If you can hold on to the outside of the feet, just see. It can take a bit of awareness and focus. Just see if you can come into this variation, both legs. Roll those shoulders back, navel draws in. Take a full breath here. Exhale, cross the legs, come into a forward fold. Just over those legs briefly. Smile to yourself, give yourself thanks, accept where you were today. And then from here, we're going to roll forward, coming all the way onto all fours. So again, finding your position on your mat. Notice how already you've hopefully created a little bit of energy. You can have that awareness through the front of the body into those hips. Already those muscles are switched on. 3 cat and cows here. You know what to do. Dropping the tummy, inhaling, exhaling to round through. 2 more. And now this time I want you to just add some other movement in. Maybe you walk your hands forward. Maybe you start to take the hips round. Maybe you're moving with the rotation. I always call this like a barrel roll. So it's almost like you're bringing your hips to one side, up, over, and to the other. So you're just getting some movement. Maybe close your eyes. Joy of an at-home practice is that you are in your own space. Nobody else is watching you. Not that they really do anyway, but you feel like you can really get into some organic movement. Notice what your body needs. A few more moments here. Just feel that stretch. This is how you start your own practice at home, just really listening to the body, what it needs. And then curling those toes under, and maybe with this movement you've created, you can then make your way into downward dog. So you decide how you arrive here, just make your way. Whichever movement
works for you, and then arrive in your downward dog. Start to pedal the feet. Find the breath. With the hands really noticing that fleshy bit in between the index finger and the thumb, so you're firming down there. Clawing through the fingertips slightly, taking the pressure out of the hands. Shifting back, coming to stillness in your downward dog. Full breath in, full breath out. Bending your knees. From here, we're going to make our way up to standing, but we're going to crisscross the feet. So one goes to one side, one to the other, all the way up till you come into your Uttanasana forward fold. When you arrive here, allow there to be a bit of space in between the feet. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Gently just swaying left to right. Soft legs. Softening through the shoulders, softening through the mind. Bring it back to your breath. From here, gently walking the hands all the way over towards the left side and fold here. Soft through the legs. Getting a nice stretch. Coming all the way back through center to the right side. And again, just repeating here. Back through center. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands coming all the way up to the thighs. Navel draws in. Shoulders roll back. Exhale, folding back down. Inhale, hands left to right. Push through those feet. Strong legs. Coming all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart. Just take a moment here. Adjust your clothes if you need to. You can roll the shoulders, you can replant the feet. Okay, we're going to come into a little bit of an arm movement. Okay, so this is part of a Kundalini practice. I don't teach Kundalini. I've attended a couple of classes, but this is a really nice move. It's a relaxing move, but it also invites that energy into the body. So we're standing, our feet are rooted, but our knees are soft. We're just gently swinging our hands left to right. So if you really allow your hands to be loose, your arms to be loose, they might even start to tap the body, okay? That backhand that taps on the back really starts to stimulate the kidneys, okay, that detox. You can speed it up a bit. So you really start to get this movement in. So yoga with Adrienne, who I've been following for years, she would call this knocking on heaven's door. So you're really getting a flow. Start to move a little bit faster, faster. Don't forget to breathe. And then slow it down and come to stillness. Close your eyes. Just notice. Bringing the hands back to the heart center, slowly lifting the toes, just having that awareness through the feet. Inhale, reach those hands all the way up, planting the toes back down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, folding back down. Planting the hands, stepping both feet back, coming into plank or kneeling plank, your choice. So try not to dip through the lower back here. Also try not to be too high with the back. Trying to have that long length through the spine. Take one more breath here. Gaze down towards your mat. Strong, pushing the heels towards the back of the room. Exhale, elbows draw in, lower all the way down to the floor. Come onto the top of the feet. Hands possibly drawing back slightly in line with the ribs. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, folding back down. Curl the toes under, pushing back up to plank or kneeling plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. In our downward dog, just take a few moments to pedal the feet. Full breath. Then come to stillness. Anchor down through that left foot. Inhale, lift the right leg up behind you. And then with this right leg, we're going to bend into the knee and start to create some circles with that knee. If this is too much, feel free, you can lower left knee down and do it here. Or maybe just see how this goes. Reverse that circle, take it the other way. Really opening up through those hips, building strength in the arms, the legs, the core, full body. From here, inhale, bringing that right knee towards the front, stepping right foot up, coming into this runner's lunge, roll the shoulders back, and then pivot that back foot, warrior two. Left hand comes forward, up and back, and we arrive in our warrior two pose. Settle in, relax through the shoulders, reverse the warrior. Exhale, coming forward, right arm down to the right knee. Inhale, taking left arm up. Maybe left arm towards the front of the mat. Take a full breath here. Inhale, driving through that front leg, coming all the way back, straightening through that front leg now. Reverse trikonasana. Right arm comes back. Bump the hips back, right arm leans forward, and then coming all the way down into trikonasana. Open up through the chest, full breath, left hip is rolling forward and back slightly, making sure there's space in the shoulders. Exhale, bend into that right knee. Inhale, coming back to our warrior two. Pivot the back foot, coming all the way down, stepping right foot back, downward dog. Inhale into plank, push away from the floor. Full breath. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale into our cobra. Exhale, folding back towards the mat, curling those toes under, either back through kneeling plank or full plank. Exhale, downward dog. Take a breath. You guessed it, going on to the other side. So inhale, lifting that left leg up behind you. Bend into that left knee and start to create some circles here. Really trying to keep the weight evenly distributed through the hands, through the shoulders. And reverse that circle. Feel free, if you need to lower to that right knee, you can. Building strength. And then coming forward with that left knee, stepping left foot up. Warrior two on this side. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, warrior two. Navel draws back. Reaching with the arms. Strong legs. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, left elbow to left knee. Coming into our side angle, either hand up towards the ceiling or maybe reaching towards the front of the mat. Take a breath. Inhale, coming back, straighten through that front leg, rolling back into reverse trikonasana. And then slowly reaching with that left hand. Right hip bumps back, coming all the way down. Spiral open, right arm comes back. So remember, this right hip is rolling back. So this top hip As much as is comfortable, take a full breath. Inhale, bend into that front knee, up into warrior two, and then spiraling back down. Hands come down to the floor. Stepping back, coming into our plank pose. Push away from the floor. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, roll those shoulders back. Cobra, maybe lifting up a little bit higher, lifting the hips. Exhale, folding back down. Curl the toes under. Inhale, plank or kneeling plank all the way back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift that right leg up behind you. Bend the knee. One circle one way. One circle the other way. Bringing this knee all the way up through to the front. Stepping right foot up. From here, inhale all the way up and arrive in your warrior two. Full breath, settle in. From here, you're going to straighten through that front leg. Reverse, bringing right arm all the way back. Coming forward into our trikonasana, right arm reaches. Comes all the way down towards the shin. Taking left arm up. Take a breath, making sure you're not dropping into this right shoulder so you have space here. Inhale, bend into that front knee, coming back to our warrior two. Warrior two, reverse. Exhale, right elbow comes down to right knee. Lifting left arm up and over towards the front. So either stay here, maybe your right hand comes down to the floor, maybe your left hand comes behind your back, and perhaps you can bring your right hand underneath and around and take a bind, holding onto the hand. So I'll show you this on the other side in a moment, but maybe this right hand can come under, you can take a grip, open up through your chest. Side angle bind. Wherever you are, make your way back. Inhale, reaching up. Warrior two. Pivot the hands all the way down. Stepping right foot back. This time either chaturanga to upward facing dog or all the way down to cobra. Entirely up to you. Moving through, meeting back in downward dog. Full breath. Coming on to the other side. Anchor down through that right heel. Inhale, lift that left leg up behind you. One circle with that knee. So bend that knee, do it one way. Then take that circle, do it the other way. Bringing it all the way through. And then stepping left foot up. Inhale, coming all the way back. Warrior two. Roll the shoulders, navel draws in. Straightening through that front leg. Reverse trikonasana. Coming all the way forward, reach with that left hand. Left hand comes down. Try to rest on the shin or the back of the hand on the inside of the shin. Reaching up, spiraling the hips open. Take a breath. Inhale, coming back to our warrior two. Keeping front leg bent now. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, coming forward. Bring left hand down just to rest on the knee first of all. Taking right arm up, either towards the ceiling or towards the front. You may maybe bring your left hand down to the floor. Maybe your right hand comes round and the back of the hand rests on your left hip. Maybe you decide to take a bind here. So reaching, holding onto the hands, opening up through the chest. So we're threading left hand underneath that left thigh. Take a breath. Exhale, power up, warrior two, and then pivoting all the way back down, step back to downward dog, take a breath, and then rolling forward into our plank, and this time we're going to lower all the way down to the floor. Inhale, roll those shoulders back, exhale, lowering down. Bring the forehead to the mat, so the chin is slightly tucked. Bring the hands behind you, so that the hands are facing down towards the ground, or palms facing down. Full breath. Inhale, lifting up, reaching with the hands, keeping the legs on the ground. You can push into the feet, or maybe you bring the feet together and you really start to lift up feet, knees, hands, all off the ground. So it's just this center, the pelvis and the lower ribs on the floor. Take one more breath. Exhale, release. Leaving your hands where they are by your side. Just turn your right ear to rest on the ground. Bring your big toes to touch and allow your ankles to fall away. Take a breath here. Full breath. Got a lovely breeze coming in from the door on my head. It's lovely. Maybe we'll just stay here. One more breath here. Inhale, moving the head back to center. From here, either continue with what we just did, or you can bend your feet, bend your knees even, wrapping your hands round, hold on to your ankles, just getting that movement, that rotation in the shoulders. Bring your forehead back to the mat. Take a breath. Breathing into those shoulders. On your next inhale, push your feet into your hands, starting to lift up the chest, coming into our bow pose. You can even start to move with the breath, so a bit of a rocking horse motion. Exhale down, inhale, lift. Exhale, inhale. One more breath. Exhale, release. Release the feet. Hands come back to the floor. Big toes come to touch. Ankles roll out. This time left into the ground. Relax through the shoulders. You can flip your hands the other way if you want to really relax through the shoulders. It's entirely up to you. Take a breath. Remembering that these pauses are really important, just to tune in, to reset. Slowly bringing hands back underneath the shoulders, head comes back to center. Inhale, rolling all the way up and all the way back onto your knees. So if this isn't comfortable, you can come to a comfortable seat. Just going to bring the hands either on your thighs, or you can bring left hand on the bottom, right hand sits on top, or feel free to just open up through the chest here. Sometimes when we sit here, we're putting quite a bit of pressure on the knees. Just see if you can lift out of this sit a little bit. That full breath. Feel free to put a blanket under the back of the thighs if you want to. Right hand comes to the left knee, left hand comes behind, just a gentle seated twist. Come back through center to the other side. Back through center. Reaching forwards with the hands, placing the hands, curl the toes under, lifting the hips. Coming back to our downward dog. Okay, anchor down through that left foot. Inhale, lift the right leg up behind you. 2 circles again, so bend that right knee and then create 1 circle one way, 1 circle the other way. Stepping right foot up, in between the hands, right here. Inhale, reaching up, high lunge. Exhale, warrior 2. Reverse, keeping the front knee bent, this time reverse warrior. Exhale, right elbow down to right knee. You can stay here taking that side angle. Maybe again, you try that bind, left arm wraps around the lower back, right arm under, holding onto the hands, opening up through the chest. Full breath. Exhale, release. Inhale, straighten through the legs. Exhale, reverse, trikonasana. Inhale, coming forward and down. Exhale to our trikonasana triangle pose. Take a breath. Bend into that front knee. Bring the left hand down, pivot the back foot, and then from here step that left foot up just slightly so you come into this pyramid pose. Feel free to have a soft bend in this knee. I do invite you to have a gentle bend, even if you can straighten through both legs. Just looking after the knees, backs of the legs. Inhale, take up length. Maybe you're here. Exhale, start to fold. If you have some blocks, you can have your hands on blocks here, just to help. Folding over that front leg. Take a breath. Maybe you stay here in this pose. Maybe you walk your hands forward just a little bit and start to lift that left leg up. It doesn't have to come high. So we call this standing splits. We don't feel like this leg has to reach all the way up. Maybe it's level with the hips. And actually, it's quite good to be level with the hips because you can stay here or perhaps keep that right hand on the floor. You turn your left toes out, then you start to reach the left arm up, coming back to this half moon that we practiced before. So feel free, get your balance. You can have the left foot down first of all. Get your balance here, start to open up. Maybe even hovering that right hand off the floor. Take a full breath. Exhale, release. Wherever you are, maybe you're in standing splits. And maybe you're in pyramid. We're all going to meet back in pyramid. So place that left foot back down, walk the hands back slightly, folding over this right leg. Inhale, bend into that front leg, stepping left foot further back, pivot it around. Inhale, take the left arm all the way up, forward and back, and arrive in our warrior 2. Full breath. Exhale, left hand comes down, stepping back into our plank pose, shifting forward. Take that breath, pushing away from the ground, activating through that upper back. Exhale, lower all the way down. Come on to the top of the feet. Interlace the hands behind your back. Inhale, pulling the hands away towards the heels, starting to lift up through the head, gazing down towards the mat. Take one more breath here. Exhale, release those hands. Bring them underneath the shoulders, curl the toes under, either pushing up to plank or kneeling plank, and then coming back to our down dog. Take a breath here. Breathing in. Breathing out. Anchor down through the right leg. Inhale, left leg lifts up behind you, then bend into that left knee. One circle one way. One full circle the other way. Shifting forward with that knee, step that left foot up. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, pivot that back foot, arrive in your warrior two. So just arrive here, settle in. If you need to adjust the feet, do. And just notice how you feel. Keeping this front knee bent. Reverse warrior. Coming forward, the left elbow comes down, onto left knee, reaching right arm up, maybe over towards the front. Again, feel free to take that bind. Left hand can come down, right hand wraps around your back. Left hand maybe comes under, you hold. Open up through the chest, take a full breath here. Release, coming all the way back up, straighten through that front leg, reverse, trikonasana. Reaching forwards, coming into our trikonasana pose. Right arm reaches up, space between the shoulders, so we're not dropping everything into this left arm. Exhale, bend into that left knee, hands come down for you to step that right foot in just a little bit, coming into our pyramid pose. Again, bend into this front knee if you need to. Take a breath. Maybe you inhale onto your fingertips, creating that length through the spine, and then exhale, fold over that leg. Relaxing through the head. Full breath. Bend into that front knee to then walk your hands forward, or you can stay in the pyramid. You start to reach the right foot up behind you, coming into our standing splits. Take a breath. And then maybe you grow from here. Maybe the left hand comes down, the right foot starts to turn out, and you come into our half moon. Feel free. Maybe you hover that hand off the floor. Whoa, got a wobble on. So just reset. If I threw you off balance then, come back to it. Maybe hover that hand. And then exhale, release. Come back to standing splits. Then bend into that front knee to release the right foot down, to come back to pyramid. Straighten through the legs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend into that front knee. Send that right foot further back. Pivot that right foot round. Inhale, warrior two. Arrive. Navel draws in. It's up with lift through the front of the body. Groundedness through the back. Relax through the shoulders. Full breath. Last vinyasa. Pivot that back foot, right hand comes round, stepping left foot back, shifting forward into plank, lower to chaturanga, then maybe pushed back up to plank, lower to chaturanga, flipping onto the top of the feet, upward facing dog or cobra, and we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Snuck a little chaturanga press up in there. Don't worry if you didn't do it. It's fine, they're quite tough. Full breath. Find some ease here, so maybe bend through the knees. Allow the elbows to bend, to wrap those shoulders round. And then on an exhale, everybody, lower your knees to the ground. From here, I want you to reach your hands forward slightly, walk the knees back, gazing forward towards the front of your mat. Navel draws in as you roll down, forehead comes towards the mat, heart comes towards the mat. So perhaps the forehead kisses the mat, and the heart is hovering. And this is where we decide just lean in a little bit more, using that breath to relax through the arms, through the shoulders. The arms are still active here. Full breath. Inhale, coming back up. Walking the hands just underneath the shoulders so you can bring the big toes to touch the knees wide, and this time sinking the hips all the way back. Bringing the forearms to the floor, and you can be here in this position with the forehead on the floor. This is too much for the knees. Come back to that puppy posture, that heart to earth pose. Maybe you even bring the hands on top of each other and rest the forehead on top of the hands. We're going to take 5 breaths here. So lovely. I can hear all the birds singing, the gentle breeze. It's like being outside. Very wonderful. One more breath here. And then slowly, when you're ready, making your way up, just to bring your knees forward, and then shifting back down to the mat. So bringing your back to the floor, just arrive here briefly. Allowing the feet to be bent, or the feet on the floor, knees bent, sorry. Feeling your back on the floor. I then want you to bring your hands, either interlace your hands behind your head or just bring them behind your ears, entirely up to you. Open up through the chest. So we're going to go and just do a minute or so, just working on our core a bit more, on our abdominals. Now you can either keep your hands here or stay in this position and just gently lift the head with an exhale and inhale to lower. Maybe you decide to take it a little bit further and you invite both movements. So you bring the legs in and you're bringing the head in. So you've got like a little bit of a reverse crunch working on the tummy, but we're doing this mindfully. So you decide what works for you. Take a full breath in. Exhale to lift. Keeping the gaze up towards the ceiling. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. And if you don't want to do these, you don't have to. Maybe you try and you do a couple. Maybe you just go straight into a shodana or a bridge pose. Few more. Lifting shoulders and lower back off the floor. 3, 2, 1. Release. Bringing the feet to the floor. Allow the soles of the feet to come together, knees wide, so the knees are mirroring what's going on in the arms. So the legs and the arms are doing the same thing. Just take a breath here. You can always release the hands and bring your hands to your tummy. And something that's really good for women, okay, is the yoni mudra, which is you have your index finger and thumb together, okay, so, sorry, index finger from each hand touch and the thumbs from each hand touch, creating like a diamond shape, and you rest that shape on your tummy, on your lower pelvis where your womb would sit with the index fingers pointing down. And this is supposed to be really beneficial for your womb, for hormonal balance, just that gratitude and that self-acceptance for the women that we are. And to really truly love ourselves for who we are. Things aren't necessarily how we plan them to be. And there's no rhyme or reason for those things. Sometimes we have to accept them, or we have to change things so that we can start to fully accept how we are. So I want you to imagine that you are breathing this beautiful bright light into the center of this yoni mudra. And there's lots of information on the yoni mudra online. Feel free to take a bit more of a detailed look. Try to stay here, or you can straighten out the legs, keep the arms, the hands in this position, or you can take the full shavasana. It's entirely up to you. Wherever you are, get comfortable. Take a couple more breaths here. Relaxing through the face, through the chest, through the body. And if you're still holding this yoni mudra, really breathe into that space. Releasing the mudra. Your knees were out wide. Feel free just to stretch them out long. If you're in shavasana, maybe everybody here, just take a full body stretch. Smile to yourselves, to each other. And then from here, we're slowly going to roll over onto one side, resting the head on the lower arm. Take a breath, a full breath. Notice how you feel. And then slowly coming up into a comfortable seat. When you arrive here, feel free. Sometimes it's quite nice to just have a gentle sway left to right. Just noticing how the body feels before coming back to this central position. Lifting up through the chest. Lifting up through the spine. Head stacking over the heart. Heart stacking over the pelvis. Full breath in, full breath out. Hands coming together at the heart center and onto the mudra. Always having kind and loving intentions. Hands to the mouth for kind and loving words. And to the third eye for kind and loving thoughts. From me to you, namaste.